One relegation, one playoff semi-final and 3 promotions in the first 5 seasons with Dover Athletic. Season 6 begins in League 1. What is it going to entail? I feel like maybe relegation is probably more likely. Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2022, Dover Athletic in League 1 now. If you missed the last episode, you would have missed the fact that we actually finished 2nd place in League 2, gaining us promotion to League 1 at the first time of asking, which was completely nuts. And we are already 2 games into the League 1 season, currently sat 10th place in the table because we've won 1 and I think we've lost 1. Yes, we have 3 points on the board, but it's been a big summer. Lots of transfer business. First of all, leaving the club, 3 relatively big names on permanent deals. Jordan McGinnis has left, signing for Bromley. Wasn't really playing for us. Actually played 58 games, scored 18 goals. But yeah, not really getting a lot of football for us, so we've moved him on. Zach Brown has also moved on, signing for Carlisle. He's gone from one end of the country to the other end by the looks of it. And yeah, basically last season, he played 3 times for us. He was 148 appearances in the league for us. If he just got 2 more appearances last season, then obviously nice 150. But yeah, he has moved to League 2 Carlisle for £18,000. And the other big name to leave the club is our goalkeeper. Ross Stewart, who is now 31 years of age, has moved back north of the border to Ross County for £23,000. And this is a very big risk, but one of the main reasons why we brought or sold Ross Stewart is because we brought in a brand new goalkeeper who I think is going to be better than Ross Stewart. We've also loaned out Rob Street, which could be a problem. He's also transfer listed, only has 10 months left on his contract. We're probably never going to see Rob Street play for us again because I think his level is League 2, no higher than League 2. I think League 1 is probably a little bit too much for Rob Street. We never know. He might have an absolutely brilliant season playing for Barnet and then we give him another deal. But I think Rob is gone. Rather than going through all the transfers and new signings and so on in one go, what we're going to do is go through the squad very, very quickly. Matthew Cox is our new number 1 goalkeeper, formerly of Brentford, Leyton Orient and AFC Wimbledon. He's very good, isn't he? He's just a very good goalkeeper. This is why I've sold Ross Stewart. His deputy will be 20-year-old Obed Afari. Not played a game for us at the moment, but I think there is definitely something there. Possibly by the time he's sort of mid-20s, maybe sort of 22, 23 years of age, Obed Afari might be our number 1 goalkeeper. On to the right-backs, we have Lewis Payne, who is starting to reach his limit, I think, when it comes to league and ability. So Lewis Payne might not be playing a huge amount for us. Notice there, he is currently transfer listed because I don't think we are going to get too much out of him beyond League 1. Our number 1 right-back for the season will be Richard Elise, who, strangely, is just as good, I think, as Lewis Payne, but I just prefer Richard Elise. I think there's a bit more potential there. On the left-hand side, we have Will Cocolo keeping his place in the squad. 26 years of age now, Frenchman. He's good, isn't he? He's just a very good player. I'm so glad we managed to find him on a free transfer because he's filling that void that we struggled with a left-back for a few seasons. Cocolo's the man. His backup will be Tim Hayes. That's right, he's a right winger, he's a right back, he's a centre back, and now I'm training him up to be a left back because he's 2-footed. He's either foot, so he's 2-footed, he can play as a left back if we really need him to be. He's going to be the backup, but realistically, he's the backup for most positions. Into the centre of defence, big Leon Pambu still here, 6'5" Frenchman, formerly of Southampton, still at the club, still looking pretty good, 3.5-star current ability for Leon. One of his centre-back partners is likely to be Zach Orr for the season. The problem I find with Zach Orr is he scores lots of goals. He's got 21 in 150 appearances, but he's got no pace. No pace whatsoever. He's 6'6". He's absolutely massive as well. I didn't realise he was that big. He's 6'6" with 19 jumping reach. That's why he kept scoring headers. We do have some competition in defence though. Mark Mcginnis, formerly of Arsenal, Ipswich and Cardiff apparently, has joined on a permanent deal. Now Mark Mcginnis, I think is very, very good, and I'm surprised he's never got Northern Ireland caps. I feel like he should be good enough to get Northern Ireland caps. Mcginnis probably will be playing centre-back alongside Leon Pambu for the season. We do also still have Jack Wakely at the club, 25 years of age now. Not going to be playing a huge amount of football, but he does give us a bit of a backup option. And Paul Skidmore, who is rubbish. Central midfielders, then we begin with the main man in the middle of the pitch, Jake Forster Caskey, 32 years of age. And he's still very good. I think we are starting to get a player out of Jake Forster Caskey who his job is to stand still and pass the ball. That's what we want from Jake, and I think last season he did a pretty good job of that. We've also still got Alistair Smith, who scores screamers, and that's all he seems to score. Probably not going to be the first name on the team sheet, but will certainly get a fair amount of football throughout the season. Jack Earing is also still at the club, similar to Smith. Probably not going to be playing every match, but will be certainly getting quite a lot of games. Paul Searle is still here. He has extended his loan deal from Nottingham Forest for another season, and I think this is probably the last season we're going to have Paul Searle, but he's a very, very good ball-winning midfielder for us, and I'm hoping if we maybe get promoted this season, it's not going to happen, but if we did, we might try and sign Paul on a permanent deal. Two new central midfielders as well to talk about. Joey Dawson is the first one, 23-year-old central midfielder formerly of Celtic and Scunthorpe, and a bit of AFC Telford as well in there, just for fun. He's good. He can play as a striker for some reason. I'm not sure why he can play as a striker, but he can. I'm going to mainly have him potentially as a box-to-box midfielder. I would love him to go out on loan for a season, come back next year, maybe he'll get a bit more game time. And somebody who I have high hopes for is Nathan Martin, 18-year-old central midfielder, formerly of Arsenal, because this is what we do. Even though we are no longer a Vanarama South team, we are still doing the same transfer tactics and basically poaching players who have been released from the big Premier League sides. Nathan Martin, I think he's potentially exceptional. I think if we can keep hold of Nathan Martin all the way up to the Premier League in, say, 5 years' time, he'll still be good enough to play for us. On to the wing positions, and Ben McNamee has extended his loan deal from Blackburn for a second season. Obviously, I think he was only here half a season, but he's here for a full season this time around. Probably not going to be our first right winger, but certainly going to get a lot of football. Mark Murray is going to be our main right winger, but currently he's out injured for potentially 3 weeks with a twisted ankle. Not ideal. Mark Murray spent half a season on loan at Boston United last season, was superb, came back to us, was just as superb for us. So I'm really looking forward to Mark Murray getting a full season playing for Dover Athletic. We've also still got Tatsunori Takiyanagi at the club, but he still doesn't have a work permit, and I don't really know how to get him a work permit. So if anybody knows how to get Takiyanagi a work permit, other than offer him, I don't know, a few £1,000 a week, I don't really know what we can do. So, I mean, you'll be able to apply on basically in December, but I don't know how we can tell if he's close to even getting one, because he's not getting caps for Japan for some reason. I feel like he should, but he's not going to. In addition to Takiyanagi, we have Jack Spong, the left winger and central midfielder, realistically, still at the club. Probably not going to be playing a huge amount of football for us this season. 153 appearances, 18 goals to his name as well. How many assists? A lot. 51 assists in 150 appearances. That's an assist every 3 games. That's very, very good. We do have Brad Young, who is a brand new signing, formerly of Aston Villa, and a bit of Carlisle, apparently, probably on loan. He has signed. He is going to be our left winger, potentially striker as well. Not quite sure what position he's really going to fill there, but Brad Young, I think, is going to be very good for us. Probably better than Jack Spong. And as for strikers, we currently only have 3 really at the club. Jaden Williams is one of them, obviously, last season. Superb season last season, and the season before, pretty decent. I'm hoping for a similar amount of goals this season. Probably going to be a little bit harder because of the league we're in, but Jaden Williams is our main striker. He is probably going to be partnered by Cian Pennant, who, if you remember when we signed him last season, I brought him in kind of as a backup, and then he started scoring lots and lots of goals. This season, he's just going to get a chance to score lots of goals because he's going to be starting a lot of games. And finally, another new signing is Jordi Hiwula, formerly of Man City, if I remember correctly, now 31 years old. Yeah, formerly Man City, apparently Yeovil, Walsall, Huddersfield, Wigan, Walsall again, Bradford, Fleetwood, Coventry, Portsmouth, Doncaster and Sunderland, so he's been around quite a few different places. But yeah, Jordi Hiwula, or Jordi, I don't know, I'm going to call him Jordi. He's good, isn't he? He's just good. He's 31 years old, so he's another senior player, shall we say. He might be left winger, he might be right winger, he might be a striker. Probably one of the reasons why I brought him in is so he can be a bit more versatile. So that is the squad. We also still have Harvey Woods, who is hopefully going to be leaving the club on a loan deal. That's it. This is our squad for the season. It is still August, so the transfer window is still open. I'm hoping to bring in a few more faces. I've got another centre-back hopefully coming in to basically replace Paul Skidmore, who isn't very good. I've also got another striker who might be joining as well, but we will get to that hopefully before the end of the episode. Now, we're going to play Charlton in our first game on camera. So starting lineup-wise, it is going to be Cox in goal, Elise Pambu, Mcginnis and Kokolo in defence, Searle and Forster, Caskey in the middle, McNamee and Brad Young on the wings up front, as I mentioned earlier, Williams and Cian Pennant. We do have our subs bench, which is looking very, very strong now. Afari or Earing, Hiwula, Wakely, Spong and Harvey Woods is there because I auto-picked the subs bench. We will do Lewis Payne. There we go. No, we won't. We'll do Tim Hayes. Even better. So, last season was a bit unexpected. To gain automatic promotion was not on the cards at all. This season we were expected to finish 20th in the table, which, if we have a quick look, is just outside the relegation zone. So, the media don't have too many high hopes for us basically staying up or staying away from a relegation scrap this season. 15 minutes on the clock. Charlton with the ball. Wilson on the right hand side. Somebody's making a run. Morgan's got it. Backwards to Narty. Long ball. Right hand side. Intercepted by Brad Young. That's good. Mark Mcginnis to Paul Searle. Lumps it upfield. Doesn't find a single white shirt. Strange pass from Searle that was. I don't know why we do that every now and then. We're supposed to be playing gegenpress football. And every now and then we try long ball football. Mehmeti's going for a run. Lovely ball. Finds White. 1-on-1 with the keeper. It's a superb block from Kokolo. It's going to be a corner for Charlton. White is the man to go over to take it as well. Right-footed corner. Get it clear, everybody. Or head it over the bar. That'll also do. I have a feeling we've got our strikers the wrong way round. I think we should have Williams as the poacher and Pennant as the advanced forward. We are just flying through the first half, aren't we? Nearly 40 minutes played. 0-0. Only a couple of highlights to talk about. Both of them obviously going Charlton's way. It is half-time. It is 0-0. And to be honest, I'd take this. I'd take a 0-0 at home against Charlton. We've been the better team. Carl Jenkinson, I don't think you're watching the same match as me. We'll go with that one. Not created enough. That worked. Our strikers have been poor, so we are going to swap you round. I still don't know. Why do you do that? Right, we'll do it that way round. Even though Pennant can't play as the advanced forward, we are going to go for that. So it looks like Forster Caskey is not playing very well in the middle of the pitch. McNamee, Young also not playing well. Obviously the two strikers. Charlton coming forward with the ball. White gets on the end of it. Cox with a questionable bit of defending. Or goalkeeping, should I say. Kokolo with a questionable bit of defending. We've managed to clear the ball. Right, in 60 minutes, it's time for some changes. Hawula's coming on for Pennant. Who do we have in what position? I think we go Hawula as the attacking advanced forward, sorry. Brad Young is going to come off for Jack Spong. Do we also do Forster Caskey for Jack Earing? Yes, we do. All of our changes. We've got 30 minutes left to play to hopefully try and hold on and ideally find ourselves a winner. It's a chance for Charlton, though. It's Narty, edge of the penalty area, facing away from goal. Plays it across on the ground. It's a terrible effort from, I assume, a defender. I don't know. And it's gone wide. I think the guy who had that shot was actually a striker. A left winger, apparently. He's just been substituted. Late chance for us. Final 10 minutes are approaching. Spong has the ball. Will Kokolo crosses it in. Back post is McNamee. It's fallen to Geordie Hawula. He's facing away from goal. Tries to get the ball alive still. Richard Elise has it. 3-4 in the box. Crosses it in. It's taken a wicked deflection. And now this is not good. Charlton potentially having a bit of a counter-attack of their own. Spong, lovely tackle. Spong, good job. Take the yellow card. That'll do nicely. He didn't even get booked for that. Fair enough. Still not quite at the final whistle. And once again, we're coming forward. Elise's ball towards Spong at the back. McGilvray comes out, holds onto that one. 2 minutes of normal time to play. We can't do any substitutions. We've done all of them. McNamee's having a bit of a shocker, which is a bit annoying. Pambu, that's a red card, isn't it? That's a red card. That's not good. He's the last man. Clearly wasn't, because Mcginnis got the ball. This isn't what we need. Right, so we are going for something a little bit strange. Paul Searle is going to drop to be a centre-back. Can he play the role? No, he can't. He's 5'11", though, so he's not the smallest, but that is what we're going to go for. We are going to see the free kick. Annoyingly, I wanted to kind of show you everything else that I changed. So Hawula's now on the left wing. We've got a lone striker of Jaden Williams. Ball through the middle. Finds Geordie Hawula. Hold on. Please tell me this tactical change might be the winning goal. It should have been the winning goal. Geordie Hawula straight at the goalkeeper. That was the chance to win the game there. Well, it wasn't really the most exciting opening game of the season for us on camera, but we have picked up a point, a very good point as well, I think, against a good Charlton side. It's another point. I think that's 4 points now out of a possible 9, technically, so it's not an ideal start, but it's a decent enough. So that result literally doesn't change the table at all, does it? We still remain in 10th place. We're going to go forward and play a second match in this episode, which I think is going to be Swindon? Is it Swindon? It is Swindon. We've got Cardiff in the Carabao Cup just a second, but we're going to come back for the Swindon game. Back for match number 2 then. Swindon Town away from home, who are currently second place in the table. We lost 3-1 against Cardiff, even though we took the lead after 5 minutes, and then threw it away in the second half. Not ideal, but it's the Carabao Cup and nobody cares about it. It is going to be Cox in goal, Elise Pambu, Mcginnis and Kokolo in defence, Paul Searle and Nathan Martin in midfield, McNamee and Young on the wings, Hiwula and Jaden Williams as our strikers. We need to really start playing a little bit better because I don't really want to be in a relegation scrap. I would love this season mid-table. That's what we want. So Swindon early on then are chasing for an automatic promotion spot. We've got a free kick actually in a very good position, and it was a good chance I think from Hiwula. It was a good save from the goalkeeper. 8 minutes on the clock. We've got a corner through Young, right-footed. It's towards Mcginnis. It's actually towards nobody, and Hiwula is going to pick the ball up though, playing as a striker out on the left wing. Kokolo, ball played backwards, highlight ends, not ideal. And now possibly Swindon with a chance of their own. Fred Onyedinma back to Seddon. Lumps it up down that left-hand side, but they're going to get nowhere near it. Leon Pambu and Richard Elise passing all the way back to Cox. Now Mark Mcginnis and Pambu. Both of them two passing. Back to Cox again, and he's just smashed it upfield. Hiwula can't get there. Paul Searle can't get there either. And now Swindon can come forward. Saul threw a ball towards Patterson. He's going to get there first as well. Crosses it in the middle, and Jamie Saul is there for his 4th goal of the season. Swindon take the lead after 14 minutes. I think we might be losing this one. A few minutes later, and another highlight, hopefully going our way. Ball forward, Hiwula's going to get there first. He does. Spins past the defender, goes out wide, kicks it straight into the keeper. Wallacott makes the save. Hiwula gets himself a corner. Who's going to take it? Probably Young. I haven't set my set-piece takers up for this season for some reason. Young's going to be the man. Crosses it in. Williams is there. Isn't going to get on the end of it. And neither is any of our players either. So, they've had 1 shot and scored it. We've had 6 and haven't scored any yet. Yep, this is, I feel like this is the way this game's going to go. Half-time, Swindon have the lead through their one. Oh no, they've had a second chance apparently. Yeah, this hasn't been ideal. It's not been good. You've been unlucky. And then I am going to say, I mean, Jaden Williams, buddy, you've not been good enough. I know you're already motivated. Let's just kind of do this one. Keep going. You've got the ability. Keep going. And Geordie Hiwula, keep going. I mean, everyone's happy. Everyone's motivated. I think we've got enough ability to do reasonably well in this league. I think our team is good enough to not get brought into a relegation scrap. We're certainly not good enough to be in a promotion fight, but then again, I thought that last season. Kokolo with the ball on the left-hand side, 2 in the box if he can cross it in, doesn't. Nathan Martin now to Young, crosses the ball towards Jaden Williams, and he's hit the bar. He was offside anyway. Still 1-0 to Swindon, but we are getting ever so close. Right, for some reason Kokolo's having an absolute shocker of a game, and I didn't sort my subs bench out, so he's going to have to stay on because we don't have our backup left back. McNamee's going to come off for Kian Pennant, and we're going to do that. So Geordie Hiwula onto the wing. Do we also do Alistair Smith for... I mean, Martin's playing well, actually. Brad Young, I mean, what am I doing here? What am I... Paul Searle on the right wing? Right, here we go. This is a mess, what we're trying now. So, Paul Searle as a winger, Kian Pennant as a striker, Hiwula as a winger, Forster Caskey, Nathan Martin in the middle of the pitch. We've still got 1 sub to do. Lewis Payne Wakely looking likely to maybe be coming on as a left back. I would just want an equaliser now. It's a free kick and it is Wallacott to take it, well outside of his area, over the halfway line. He's offside. If he's not offside, that's ridiculous. We've just been done by Route 1 football from a goalkeeper's free kick. I think he was offside there. I genuinely think he was offside. I mean, we're not even going to be able to see, are we? Can we... I mean, I don't know why I'm doing this, but I want to see. Can we do 2D? Is this... How do we... I mean, this isn't 2D. This is not 2D. It's because it's a replay. There we go. Right, let's put that one back to director. So, he's onside. They're all onside. Look at this. They're all onside and we just weren't paying attention. Who was it? 24. Who's 24? Why are we looking in 2D? This is weird. Well, it looks like we're going to lose the game, and Swindon have had pretty much 3 chances all match and scored 2 of them. Cox has the ball in his hand. He's going for a run. Be wary of number 11. Please, I could just see him dropping the ball then. It's fallen for Williams off of Kian Pennant. Williams' effort is saved. It's a free kick because Jaden Williams is offside again. Wallacott with a goal kick, 20 minutes left. Are we going to get anything out of this? Maybe we're just looking for a consolation goal. Pennant has the ball off on the right-hand side. Plays it back. Terrible pass from Kian Pennant. And now Nathan Martin to Forster Caskey. Back to Martin. All the way back to Pambu. Martin's going to lose the ball. And here we go, Swindon, counter-attack football. Counter-attack, counter-attack, counter-attack. That is all they do. Hamilton's in on goal. It's 3-0 to Swindon Town. And we've not deserved to be beaten like this. We've deserved to lose. Not like this. Our goalkeeper is on a 6.1 rating. Kokolo's on a 6.0. So you two seem to be the players who are playing just abominably? Just awfully compared to everybody else. I don't know why. Wallacott with a goal kick. Are they going to make it 4? Are we going to get 1 goal back? Or is it going to just end 3-0 and this isn't really going to be much of a highlight? Williams with the ball on the ground. Finds Jordi Huula. He's being caught every single step of the way though. Forster Caskey gets it from Pennant. Kokolo, do something buddy. Get your rating up from a 6.2. Holds on. Crosses it in. Paul Searle's there at the back post and Paul Searle is there to make it 3-1. Will Kokolo gets himself an assist after an absolutely appalling game from the left back. It's 3-1. That assist has gone from a 6.2 to a 6.9 for Will Kokolo. He has just saved himself a few £1,000 because I was going to fine him after this performance. Kokolo's got the ball again on the left. We've got 3 minutes of injury time to play. Ball over the top. Paul Searle is the man to collect it. Is he going to put it in? He does put it in. We're going very attacking, guys. Nothing's going to happen now that we've done that change, but it's a defeat, isn't it? We scored twice. We were the better team. We scored twice. We should have won. We were just defensively, not even defensively poor, goalkeeper poor. That was the problem. Well, the season hasn't really started too well. 15th place after just 4 games played, 3 points off of the bottom of the table, a long way off the top. We are, right now, we're in a relegation scrap, aren't we? We also did a couple of transfers as well before we played those games. 2 youngsters. Luke Byers is the first one, a 19-year-old central midfielder and striker. Not quite sure. I wanted him as a striker. He's got 5 finishing, formerly of Burton Albion. And Kassoum Sonogo, who's a French and English goalkeeper, formerly of Derby County. I think there might be some potential there. Don't think he's going to be as good as Tafari, but hopefully he might get some game time. That is going to do it for this episode. Next episode, we are going to probably go into, I guess, towards the end of October, AFC Wimbledon and Cardiff. Cardiff are in our league? Cardiff are in our league? How? I guess they got relegated last season. So, yeah, so we'll go towards mid to end of October, I think is what we're going to do. So Wrexham, Wickham, Rotherham, Blackpool and Doncaster at the very least will be off camera. Thank you very much for watching this one. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, subscribe to the channel as well if you are new, and I will see you in episode 2 of Season 6.